Hi guys, I am Zach with TheCHIVE. Today we are joined by some very special guests. We have Nick and Will from the band Cartel. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Austin, downtown. We're right in the heart here. We are at Mohawk, one of my favorite venues. And we're celebrating. We're celebrating 20 years of Chroma.
20 years.
It's exciting, man. I specifically remember growing up, my family had one of those like insanely ridiculous big screen TVs that would just take up your entire living room. And I remember watching either Much Music or Fuse. I don't know which one it was at the time, but the Honestly video just coming on and just hearing that first like stabbing guitar and like that woke something up inside of me. So thank you for that. So I want to go back to those early days. Do you know like a specific moment in time? Like, can you pinpoint like, oh, we've made it. Like as a band, like we get to do this for the rest of our lives.
It's hard to pin down like a specific moment. I think probably when we were doing all the radio events at the end of 2006, going into 2007 when we did our first headlining tour.
Right.
I think that whole period where we were flying all over the country, playing all these Christmas radio shows,
Yeah.
you know, and then like following that up immediately with a tour that I think was basically entirely sold out. That was kind of where it's like, all right,
Yeah, we got this.
This is something now.
Yeah. Now, music is such a powerful trigger in terms of like sense memory.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are doing this tour now. Is there like a heightened emotion every night when you go out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think just seeing the reaction from the fans like 20 years later, and honestly, like a lot of new people who've never seen us before.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you would just assume like a 20-year anniversary tour is like something where there might be a few stragglers that might not have seen us in the
Right.
past, but
Right.
you know, to get this far on and then have, I mean, honestly, like probably half the crowd every night has said
Wow.
that this is their first time seeing us.
That's incredible.
It's pretty wild.
I feel like it's a whole generation that was too young to see us back then.
Yeah.
Except now we're available, you know, doing a thing, and the energy of these shows is unreal.
Yeah.
It's just nothing I don't remember playing shows like this. They're just
That's such a
awesome.
cool thing to hear, especially for for this genre of music. It's amazing that it's still just living on like that.
Absolutely.
How rewarding was it going back and re-recording these songs? You just released Chroma 2025, and also just getting Cassidy Pope back on board from Hey Monday. What was that experience like?
I mean, it's really cool. Just kind of go back into the bag and, you know, go through all the files and see everything that we did. Because, I mean, a lot of that stuff gets kind of lost when, you know, we're not going to be able to do it all live.
Right.
So a lot of what our interpretation of the songs, you know, is really just, you know, what we know from playing it the way we play it live. So
Right.
then having to go back and be like, all right, now let's, you know, produce it again, but stay true to a lot of the stuff on the original, obviously, just because it worked. So
Exactly,
don't mess
yeah.
it up. It was really cool to kind of go back in time as a little time capsule to find little things that we were doing.
Man.
So that's been fun. It's been a really good reception to it, which is always kind of, you know, like we really could have messed it up.
Yeah, you're a little nervous.
There's a little bit for sure, but you know, everybody's like, dude, it sounds so good. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. That was the point.
Yeah. And then working with Cassidy,
Yeah.
what was that like?
I mean, Cassidy's been homie for a long time. I mean, even I think pre-Chroma, because we
Wow.
met her when we did a tour with Receiving Into Sirens and As Tall as Lions. And I mean, that was 2004. That was 4, yeah. Or early 2005. I think it was like the winter of 2005. So yeah, it was like right before we did Chroma. It was like we met her. So seeing her, you know, kind of do her thing and you know, have her own journey through the music industry has been fun. Just knowing her, obviously, and she's a sweetheart. So we had the female vocal at the end of the original Q&A.
Yes.
And so we were like, all right, well, and that girl Julia was a homie like back then, so it's like, all right, well, let's get somebody we know who also, you know, obviously like has shared this journey with us in a variety of ways. So
yeah, and she's such a pioneer too for the scene and the music, and she's kind of unmatched in that sense.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, I want to talk about one of my favorite songs, and I'm assuming a fan favorite, is "Say Anything Else." That track actually made it onto a Madden 07 video game. Does that validate you as a band a little bit?
I think so. I mean, just being on the soundtrack with, you know, the other bands that were on it at the time, like that was kind of like when you put the names together, you're like, all right, yeah, we belong in this.
It's not a schlub soundtrack by any means. Like, I think, to your point, Dashboard was on there, Atreyu, like there were some big names on that, and like kudos to EA Sports for like kind of knowing their audience. Now you see it on a lot of these soundtracks with NHL and NFL and stuff. So that's a huge deal, you know?
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Now pop punk, it's kind of known for this positivity and this high energy. So I want to know what the members of Cartel listen to right before you go out on stage.
Joseph usually has the aux, and it can vary. Last night it was like listening to, what was it, Boston.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Played some Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah.
It's just gone around, like some Alice in Chains comes up. It's it's whatever like hype music he throws down. We're like, okay, here we go.
Do it.
It varies.
Just something different, a little palate cleanser before we go on.
We're definitely not biased when it comes to music. We listen to just about everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, on the other side of that, is there a song that you guys play every night, and hopefully off of Chroma, that just gets the crowd going feral, as the children say?
I mean, the fact that the record starts with "Say Anything Else," and honestly, those are usually pretty big reactions. "Burn This City," people go off for that one a good bit, and then they all just kind of sit there at the end, just like, holy crap, they're doing it.
I feel like If I Fell kind of brings them up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and Lucky Street is funny because that was on the EP before, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's I'm happy to see that that's kind of made its way, like its own life, and it's like, hey, you're still here with us, you know?
Yeah.
It's very much like I think a defining song for the band, just because, you know, like both, it's a street in Atlanta. It's the street where some of the guys lived when they moved out, and I was still in high school. These guys were a year older, so they moved out and then went to their apartment on the weekends and stuff, just to hang out and be like, oh yeah, cool, feel, you know, like an adult. So I mean, and then obviously like the tone of the song, just the way it moves, like I think it's just very much just like, all right, this is kind of like our cornerstone to start with, and we branched off from there.
Love hearing that. Now this is a serious one. I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but if you're in a band, are you allowed to sing your own songs at karaoke? What are the rules there?
I think you're allowed, but I would think most singers would say that it would be really cringe to do that. I know I would feel like, oh no, I'm not gonna know.
You don't think that'd be fun just to be like,
for me?
Yeah. No. That's really funny.
No,
okay.
I'm way too no.
Yeah. And I want to thank you guys for doing this. This has been so cool. Thank you. It's awesome celebrating this album.